Look Dad, I just had to suspend Matthew, Nathaniel, and Jimmy for a week without pay.
And why is that?
Matthew started another altercation outside of the building, this time in the parking lot, with Nathaniel and Jimmy. And because one of my guards saw that altercation, I had to suspend them.
Well then, I will hang up now, because I have to get back to work, and you should do the same.
Okay Dad.
I called their parents, and they are on their way here to pick them up. And their parents said that they will be punished for the altercation.
Well, they better be taught a lesson, especially Matthew, because his behavior out of everyone in this office is the worst.
You know, I think when they get back from their suspension, they should be separated for a week. So, I think Matthew needs to sit away from Nathaniel and Jimmy whenever there are conferences.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
My God, man. I knew Matthew was going to start another argument.
Yeah, but hopefully he, along with Nathaniel and Jimmy, get taught a lesson for their behavior. I would have to discipline my kids whenever they get older.
Wait, Lester, you're a dad?
Yes, I am. I have a 4-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter.
Oh, well, I'm only a high school student, and I do get disciplined sometimes. Well, now that Jimmy is suspended, I can't show him these. How Obanna's characters constantly look like. A bunch of carbon copies with no personalities whatsoever.
Hey Atlas, what are you doing? Oh, who are those guys? Aren't they part of a series or something?
They're not really part of any of Ray's series. They are basically a formula of characters of how Obanna creates his characters.
Obanna?
The creator of the Jordan Gets Grounded series. You see, his characters usually have these features. Same eyes, same attires, a bunch of carbon copies with no personalities whatsoever.
Oh, that's true, because I watched those videos before. I mean, look at the characters, they look exactly the same.
Ray is already aware most of his characters don't really have personalities, but his characters like Isaac and Patrick, they get into a bunch of sibling rivalries.
Ray might have some carbon copies, but he also had the idea of the same attire for most of his parent characters. You know, Isaac and Pamela for instance.
And you probably remember he gave his characters smaller eyes. The smaller eyes don't really justify anything, to be honest.
Yeah, they look kinda nasty when they look sick with those eyes. No wonder why Ray took almost every footstep from Obanna.
And even though they wear some custom attire, they don't really wear pajamas, which I'm not so sure why.
I'm actually wondering the same thing. Ray, on the other hand, makes his characters wear pajamas and other attire.